Hey guys, welcome back. Um, got home a couple of days ago. Been catching up on sleep. I've had a rough few nights, busy couple of nights at work. Going between machines because we're a bit short on staff. So I've been pretty hammered. So I've just been sleeping but yeah, it's time to get back into this thing. I want to get this engine out, get that out so I can sell it. To get that out, I've got to get the car out of the shed, turn around and put it back in. To get the car out of the shed, I've got to put this stuff in. So I've done some work to the diff, a few mods to the diff. I've got the plates that have to be welded to the chassis, the 4-link plates for engineering. I've got the bigger arms there, which I'm going to chuck some paint on. And coilovers, of course, and there's a couple other things I have to do while I'm under there. I've also got to finish the welding under there. So I'll get changed out of this gear and into something more appropriate, and we'll get stuck into it. So I'm a little bit behind where I want to be. Came home from work feeling fine this break, and I don't know if you can tell, but I've had a flu kick in, like a proper old school flu like we used to have back in the day when you actually had colds and flu. I got that. So a lot of time in bed. Also, I went to use my welder last night, and the hose from the regulator down to the welder. It was something I've been meaning to do for years, but and I bought this welder in 2005. So for the last 5 years or so, I've been meaning to do this. But the hose is actually it's basically falling apart, and it developed a leak last night. I turned the welder on, and it just started leaking. So tripped down to Bunnings and found some appropriate gas line and got that back together. So today I've just stripped all the paint off the 9-inch. Thought something else I've been meaning to do is clean that up for a while. I'm just giving a quick cosmetic going over. Nothing fancy. It's due for a new locker. The center's got to come out of it. So I may pull it out again soon, do it properly, but for now I'm not. I just want it in the car. I've got a bit of news in regards to the engines, so save that for the end of the video, but I am very excited to get this thing back down on the wheels. I feel I've been watching a lot of YouTube on my trips to and from work. I feel I should be saying super pumped and super excited more, but I can't bring myself to do it. So I'm excited. So we'll get back into this. So just got some paint drying under the car. I've finished welding on the side plate on the chassis for the 4-link, the upper mounts on the 4-link. I've finished plating all the front leaf spring bolt hole mount area. I'll show you that when that paint's dry. The 9-inch, that's all got a coat of black on it. It's looking quite nice. I'll probably scratch that up as soon as I try putting it in the car. I've got it sitting on the old Bunnings furniture dollies, which are very handy for this sort of thing when you're doing it by yourself and you don't have a hoist. So one of the engineer's requirements was changing or upgrading to 5/8 studs, which I've done. Factory Falconers 1/2 inch UNF, these are 5/8 Moroso studs, long ones. These are older Rodtech floaters. They don't do this size hub anymore. Something to do with the bearings or anything, but I got in contact with them about just buying new drive plates and hubs, and they said they don't do that anymore. So I decided I'd try re-drilling these for the 5/8 studs, which I've done, but 0 out of 10 would not recommend. It's a hassle getting the PCD right, the studs in the right place, and actually drilling through this, because this is all hardened. There's not too many drill bits that'll do that. I won't show you what I used because it's a bit sketch, but it's done. It's all together. Please excuse the hole in the floor. There's a reason behind that. I'll get into that later. But up under here, if you know these model Falcons, you'll know what I'm looking at. I've plated across the top there and underneath, and stitch welded all around, and filled all that in on both sides, as per the engineer's request. They should have it anyway. And this plate here is it's welded all the way along the bottom, and it's stitched welded around the top. The bolts will go back through. Probably not necessary now, it's all welded, but it's just added strength, safety, and it also fills those holes that are there. And the front one holds the lower arm for the forelink. So that's done. I can tick those off my list. These holes here, because this plate's welded in, that bolt's very hard to get in. You can't get it in while this plate's welded in place. So I've done a rough hole there to get this diff in, so I can get the car on the ground. I will cut that out inside the car, and I'll make a nice notch on the side there to cover all that up. But I'll do that another time. You may have noticed that there were no brake rotors on there. They have to be re-drilled to suit, or the holes have to be drilled out to suit these 5/8 studs. I'm also using, went down to United Fasteners and got some just normal 5/8 UNF nuts and plain washers. These are just so I can get this on the ground. These aren't for the street. It's very hard to find the proper flanged Strange or Moroso wheel nuts to suit these at the moment. No one's got them, so a couple of guys on Facebook have said that they've got some stashed away, so I've got to get onto those guys, or I can buy some titanium ones from, I'll put the name down there, from the guys up in Queensland that do them. I can't remember the proper name. The proper washers also have a, you probably can't see it in here, but proper washers have a little locating lip on them as well to sit these wheels in the right place. Another thing I found with these, while these are the long studs, they're not quite long enough to go through my old school Weld Pro Stars. I had the same problem with the old studs, and I didn't take into account with the old ones with the long nuts that go all the way through the wheels. It was okay, but these ones on the old wheels, they don't stick out far enough to get a nut on properly. So looks like I'm up for a change of wheels as well. So if anyone's got any suggestions, I don't think I can run 3-piece legally on the street like this. I'll have to double check with the engineer. I can't run bead locks. So I want to keep 15-inch wheels. I might even go to 12s on the back. But if anyone can suggest a good wheel to go on there, feel free. So again, this is just to get the car on the ground so I can get this engine out. But yeah, it's the first time it's had tyres on the back of it for a long time. I like my Weld wheels. Anyway. First time in a year it's been on the ground. So stoked. I know a lot of it's going to come apart again, but just to have it sitting down, the motivation's come back. Man, this thing looks good.
Come on. Yeah.
First time these two have been together for a sitting on the ground together for quite a while. Mentioned last video, it's now about 15 months since the Coupe's been on the ground, so a bit of a big day for me. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that. Still lots to do, but it's on the ground now, and I can pull the engine out. Couple of things. It may come up later on, someone will notice, but we don't have dogs anymore. 3 months ago we lost Shelby, the lighter coloured one, the boisterous one. That was not a good one, so I won't go into that one. And last break we lost Holly, the other one. They were both old. Shelby was 15, Holly was about 13. Holly's back started giving out. She was losing control of her body basically, and we didn't want her to go the same way as Shelby went, so we had a vet come around home and put her to sleep at home, so she was comfortable and at home. So there won't be any dogs running around in the background of the video, any doggos for a while, just the cars and me. So there's that. On a brighter note, sorry, I mentioned in the last video that the running gear, the engine and turbos from the Coupe are for sale. I put them up basically as an expression of interest on on my Facebook account a couple of nights ago, and planning on putting it there, putting the word out amongst friends that it was available before I put it on general for sale pages, the drag racing parts pages, that sort of thing. And had a lot of interest, and I had an offer on it by that night. So I've been talking to a guy in Melbourne. He's put a deposit on it. So I'm off to work this afternoon, flying off to WA. Next break, as soon as I get home, this engine's coming out. That's why I needed it on the wheels, so I can turn it around. I can pull the engine turbos out of it, all that stuff. Everything from the trans forward is gone. So I've got to load that up into the Colorado, and then I'm going to do a runner over to Melbourne and deliver it for Tony, the guy that's brought it. He's got a couple of very, very cool cars, but I said I'd deliver it. While I'm over there, I'm going to pick up the blower for this. So that's all sorted. Spoke to the guys yesterday about the blower. That's going to be an interesting one. It's a bit different to the last video. So I'll pick up that while I'm there, and at the moment it looks like Benny, who I mentioned in the last video, Benny from Jet Ski's Garage, he's going to come with me, and he's going to see some guys over there at the same time. So hopefully that's an interesting video. I might do 2 videos in close succession on that one, or I might just do a time lapse of me pulling the running gear out and driving over to Melbourne. We'll see what happens, but that'll be next break, so that'll be a couple of weeks. So this thing's moving fast now. I've got a whole lot of motivation back now it's on the ground. Super pumped. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But no, I'm dead keen to get this one going, and this one here, every time I see it dropped on his guts, I just want to go smash that one out. So it's been a very up and down couple of weeks. The doggos, that was a huge knock to us. They were our babies pretty much, so that's rough. Struggling a bit with that one still, but keeping myself busy with these things here. So we'll I'll keep you guys posted, and thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging around. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will see you guys again really, really soon. Cheers.